What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Chet Holmgren and a performance that might just have defined his career. So you're going to want to watch this till the end. Forget everything you thought you knew. Forget the predictions, forget the regular season stats, forget who was the favorite coming in. Because what we just witnessed in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, that was more than a basketball game. That was a war of wills. A 48-minute chess match where every single possession felt like it could shatter a team's championship dream. The series is tied 1-1. The young, hungry Oklahoma City Thunder, a team that wasn't even supposed to be here this fast, squaring off against the electrifying, high-octane Indiana Pacers, a team that plays with a joy and pace that can break you. Tonight, in front of a roaring Indiana crowd, we didn't just see a game. We saw a statement. We saw heroes rise, we saw strategies crumble, and we witnessed one of the most intense fourth-quarter turning points you will ever see. So grab a seat, because we need to break this down. We're going beyond the box score. This is the story of Game 3. Let's set the stage. The first two games were a split decision. Game 1, OKC's suffocating defense and SGA's relentless drives were just too much. Game 2, the Pacers came out like a house on fire, with Haliburton orchestrating a beautiful offensive symphony, hitting threes, and getting everyone involved. Pascal Siakam was a monster in that game. So Game 3 was the ultimate pivot point. And for the first 24 minutes, it looked like Indiana's story to write. Rick Carlisle is a coaching genius, we know this. And his game plan was clear from the opening tip: test OKC's youth. Run them off the floor. Make Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren make rapid-fire defensive rotations until they were exhausted. The Pacers were pushing the pace at every opportunity. A rebound by Myles Turner wasn't just a rebound, it was the starting gun for a track meet. Haliburton would get the outlet and boom, they were gone. You could see the Thunder looked a little rattled in that first half. The noise in that arena was deafening. Every Pacers bucket felt like an earthquake. SGA was getting his numbers, because he's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that's what he does. He's a walking bucket. But it felt difficult. He was having to work for every single point against the tough defense of Aaron Nesmith, who was absolutely hounding him. Meanwhile, Chet Holmgren, OKC's defensive anchor, got into early foul trouble. He picked up his second foul midway through the first quarter on a questionable call trying to contest a Siakam drive. Mark Daigneault had to sit him, and that's when the floodgates opened. Without Chet protecting the rim, Siakam and Myles Turner went to work. The Pacers were living in the paint, and it forced OKC's defense to collapse, which then led to wide-open threes for guys like Buddy Hield and Andrew Nembhard. By halftime, Indiana was up by 14, and they were shooting something like 55% from the field. It felt like they were in total control. And this is where most young teams would fold. On the road, in the NBA Finals, down double digits, with your defensive centerpiece on the bench in foul trouble. The narrative is already being written, the lights were too bright. The moment was too big. But this Thunder team isn't most young teams. And this is where the chess match truly began. We have to talk about the adjustments that happened in that locker room at halftime. Because what we saw in the third quarter wasn't just a comeback, it was a complete identity shift. Mark Daigneault, OKC's coach, made a brilliant, gutsy call to start the second half. He went small. He put Chet back in, but he surrounded him with Lou Dort, SJ, Isaiah Joe, and Jalen Williams. They decided to fight fire with fire. If the Pacers wanted a track meet, the Thunder were going to lace up their running shoes. The strategy was simple but genius: switch everything on defense. They trusted Lou Dort to be a one-man wrecking crew on Haliburton, forcing him to give up the ball. And on offense, they stopped trying to run complicated sets. They put the ball in SGA's hands and let him cook, but with better spacing. And this is where the turning point of the entire game happens. It wasn't one big shot. It was a slow, methodical, 6-minute stretch in the middle of the third quarter. You saw the Pacers' lead go from 14 to 11 to 8. The Thunder were just getting stop after stop. Lou Dort was playing arguably the best defensive stretch of his entire career. He was everywhere. He was a shadow, attached to Haliburton's hip. He forced two crucial turnovers that led to easy transition buckets for OKC. You could feel the energy shift in the building. The confident roar of the Pacers fans turned into a nervous murmur. The easy looks Indiana was getting in the first half were gone. Now, every pass was contested, every shot was rushed. The pace that had been their greatest weapon was now being used against them, as OKC's younger legs started to take over. This is what championship basketball is all about. It's not about the fancy plays, it's about the grit, the determination, the will. The Thunder clawed their way back into this game not with a barrage of threes, but with pure, old-fashioned, hard-nosed defense. And that set the stage for the fourth quarter. An absolute masterpiece of clutch basketball. We entered the final 12 minutes with the Pacers clinging to a 2-point lead. And you just knew, we were in for a classic. The fourth quarter was a heavyweight fight. Every possession felt monumental. Haliburton, freed from Dort for a few possessions, hits a massive step-back three to push the lead to 5. The crowd goes insane. OKC comes down. They don't panic. They run a beautiful play for Jalen Williams, who curls off a screen and nails a mid-range jumper. He was OKC's quiet hero all night. Then it's Pascal Siakam, going to his spin move in the post, a move that worked all first half. But this time, Chet Holmgren is there. He doesn't bite on the fake. He stays vertical, uses his incredible length, and blocks the shot. It was a statement. It was Chet saying, "Not in my house. Not tonight." Now we're under 2 minutes left. Tie game. This is where legacies are made. The ball is in SGA's hands. The shot clock is winding down. He's got Nesmith guarding him, playing incredible defense. SGA drives, stops on a dime, pivots again, creating just an inch of separation, and fades away from 15 feet. Swish. Pure silk. An impossible shot that he makes look routine. Thunder up by 2. But you can never, ever count out Tyrese Haliburton. Indiana comes down, no timeouts left. Haliburton gets a screen, OKC switches. He now has Chet Holmgren on him on the perimeter. It's a mismatch. Haliburton hesitates, crosses over, drives hard to the basket, and with 12 seconds left, he scoops up a finger roll over Chet's outstretched arms. An incredible finish to tie the game. The world thinks we're going to overtime. But 12 seconds is an eternity for a team like OKC. And this is the final play. The one we'll be talking about for years if the Thunder go on to win this thing. Everyone in the building, everyone watching at home, thinks the ball is going to SGA. It has to, right? He's your MVP candidate. He's your closer. Mark Daigneault doesn't call a timeout. He trusts his guys. SGA brings the ball up the court. He's being double-teamed. Rick Carlisle makes a great call to get the ball out of his hands. SGA passes it to Jalen Williams at the top of the key. There are 5 seconds left. J-Dub catches it, takes one dribble to his left, drawing the defense. And this is where the basketball IQ, the trust this team has built, shines through. He sees Chet Holmgren, who had popped out to the three-point line after setting the initial screen, is wide open in the corner. It's a pass most players wouldn't make in that moment. The pressure is too high. You're supposed to be the hero. But J-Dub makes the right play. He whips a perfect pass to the corner. Chet catches it. 3 seconds left. He rises up, with Miles Turner flying at him to contest, and he buries it. A stone-cold, three-point dagger at the buzzer. Silence. The entire arena just went silent. All you could see was the Thunder players mobbing Chet Holmgren in the corner. They had done it. They had stolen Game 3, on the road in one of the most hostile environments imaginable. Wow. Just, wow. That's a game that changes a series. That's a shot that can define a career. For the Pacers, this is a soul-crushing loss. They did everything right for a half. They played their brand of basketball. But they couldn't put away a young team that simply refused to die. Now the pressure is all on them heading into Game 4. And for the Thunder, this is their arrival. This was their championship moment. It wasn't just SGA being a superstar. It was Lou Dort's defense. It was Jalen Williams' poise and unselfishness. And it was Chet Holmgren, overcoming foul trouble to become the hero. This game proved that OKC isn't just a fun story. They aren't just happy to be here. They are a legitimate juggernaut with the heart of a champion. But what do you guys think? Was that the greatest final play you've seen all postseason? Can the Pacers bounce back from a loss like this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. This is what it's all about, and I want to hear from all of you. If you love deep dive NBA analysis like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our Game 4 breakdown. Thank you for watching. It's an honor to break down this beautiful game with you. See you next time.